Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Thrive Forever Fit Show. I'm your host, Jay Nixon. And as always, the mission and the purpose of this podcast is to disrupt your current way of thinking, inspire you to think differently, and give you the tools and the knowledge to transform into the person you deserve and desire to be. So today's episode is about a concept about the way that I live my life. I'm going to tailor it down a little bit to talk about your body. So the title of this episode is going to be called Treat Your Body Like a Business, or some fashion of that. Who the hell knows what it's going to be when I actually get down to placing the title on it. But that's really what this episode is about. If you treated your body like a business, if you ran your body like you would run a business, and let's be honest, nobody wants to be in business unless it's successful, unless that business is making money, unless that business is making a difference, unless that business is making an impact. So if you treated your body like you treated a business, a successful business, the Apple store, like you own the Apple store, you can never walk by an Apple store and not be busy and successful, right? If you treated your body like that kind of business with that kind of success, would you make different decisions? Like I run my entire life like this. I run my relationships like a business, my money like a business, which just makes sense, my health and fitness like a business. Everything is run like a business. And if you think about this from the concepts that I'm going to give you today, it makes 100% sense. Like I'm even going to tap into the relationship aspect for it, because I think that's going to help you get a different analogy and a different perspective on how you can actually utilize this to get your body in the position that you want it to be in. If you ran your body like a business, would you make the same decisions you make now? So think about it in those terms. If the decisions you make now that are damaging to your body, if it was a business, it would cost you money. And eventually, if you make enough bad decisions in business, you go bankrupt or you go out of business or you have to lay off all your employees. You have to, you know what I'm saying? Like it becomes tragic. It becomes catastrophic. Nobody wants to open a business and then go out of business. But we don't treat our bodies that way. We make bad decision after bad decision after bad decision without the ramifications being instantaneous. They're eventually going to happen, but they don't happen as quickly as they would in a business. But if we thought of them in that way, if I make this negative withdrawal, then I'm going to have to make a positive withdrawal later to get my balance sheet back to balanced, or to get myself back in the positive where I'm actually making money. If every decision you make in business is a negative withdrawal, I'm having trouble saying withdrawal today, withdrawal, maybe it's my Southern drawl. But anyway, if every decision you make was a negative, took money away from your business and didn't bring money back in, what would happen? You'd go out of business. You'd be bankrupt. You'd lose enough money where you could no longer keep the doors open. So if you thought about that from a body perspective, and the same ramifications happened if you make enough negative decisions, enough negative withdrawals consistently over and over and over, and you don't make positive cash deposits, then you'd be out of business. So think about that in the perspective of your body. If you're constantly making withdrawals, meaning eating bad foods, not getting enough sleep, skipping workouts, overdosing on carbohydrates, eating too much sugar, drinking too much booze. If you're doing all those things, those are negative withdrawals. Those are taking money away from your business. Putting things back in your business, making positive cash deposits, are things like going to the gym, working out, eating healthy, getting enough sleep, taking care of yourself, meditating. All those things are positives. If your negatives outweigh your positives, what happens in business? You're out of business. You're bankrupt. The same thing is eventually happening in your health and fitness. It's happened to some of you guys right now. You are physically, your body is bankrupt, and you've got to start making positive cash deposits in order to get yourself back into business. Think about that. Think if you just thought of it that freaking simply, how would it be? How much would it be? I mean, how easy would it be? I use this analogy with a client today. We were talking about his eating and how he's having little struggles and challenges there. And I gave him the same analogy. And so I was talking about, like, let's use relationships for an example. If you treated relationships as a business, sometimes if you make one negative withdrawal in a relationship, meaning you make one bad decision, depending on how catastrophic that decision might be in the eyes of your significant other, you could be out of business right away. relationship could be over. But in relationships, it's the same way. You got to constantly be making positive cash deposits. That's love. That's affection. That's little things over and over and over and over again, because in relationships, it happens really quick. Enough negative behavior, enough negative withdrawals creates termination of that relationship. So if we treated our relationships that way, jokers wouldn't be out there cheating, getting all crazy, doing all kind of dumb shit. They'd think, listen, I don't want to go bankrupt. I don't want to lose my business. I don't want to AKA lose my relationship. So I'm going to make better positive decisions, and I'm going to actually make deposits instead of withdrawals, right? So if you flip that all the way back over to where we're talking about our bodies, it's a really simplistic way to look at things. Just do a profit and loss statement right now for your body. Write down all the things you do on a daily basis, and then put a positive or a negative beside them. If the negatives outweigh the positives, then you're going to be out of business, guys. You're going to be bankrupt. That's simple. You've got to make that shift. You've got to get the positives to outweigh the negatives. Now, will there be negatives? For sure. You're going to have a piece of temptation is part of the process. We're not about deprivation in life. You're going to have the glass of wine. You're going to have the cheesecake. You're going to skip a workout here and there. You're not going to get enough sleep here and there. But if that's intermittent, if that's only periodically, if it's not all the time, then it doesn't matter, right? Because you're making enough positive deposits to counteract all of those little tiny negatives here and there. So just simplify the process. It's a really simple way to look at the way you're treating yourself. If you ran your entire life this way, I promise you, you'd be more successful, you'd be happier, you'd be healthier. You wouldn't have nearly as much drama and nonsense, because you wouldn't make bad decisions, because you'd quickly think, would that decision cause me to go out of business? And no business owner makes a decision knowingly that it's going to cause them to go out of business, do they? No. So you're the customer. I mean, you're the customer and the client and the employees and everything. How you treat yourself dictates how successful your business is. So do that now, guys. Make a profit and loss statement about your health and fitness. Write everything you do down on a daily basis. Skip my workout, that's a negative. Went to workout, that's a positive. Ate a healthy salad, that's a positive. Had donuts for lunch, that's a negative, right? Got 2 hours of sleep last night because I was on the internet all night, that's a negative. Got 8 hours of sleep last night because I read a book and then fell asleep and got really high quality sleep, and now I feel refreshed and great. That's a positive, right? So think about the way you run your life. Write everything down, negatives versus positives. As long as the profit and loss statement comes out where you're making money, you're making more positive deposits than you are making negative withdrawals, then you're going to be okay. And it'll help you, because once you see that on a sheet, once you see it on a piece of paper, it'll be easy to identify areas that can be simply shifted to the positive away from the negative that you're doing right now. So guys, that's simple. It's a quick one this week. It's super quick, but it's simple and it's powerful. And it doesn't have to be long, and it doesn't have to be ranting. It doesn't have to be this giant epiphanal thing every time you listen to a podcast. Sometimes it just is what it is. It's just this simple. In life, your body, business, your money, your relationships, if you ran your life like you run a business, a successful business, one that makes a ton of money, one that employs a lot of people, one that makes people happy, one that gives back to the community, that business you want to run. If you ran your life that way, you made decisions based on that, it'd get super simple. You'd make better decisions, and the quality of your life, the quality of your health and fitness would improve drastically. Try it, guys. I promise you. This is how I run my life, right? How I run the gig. So give it a shot, guys. Love you. I know it's short. I know it's sweet. 2 things you can do for me. If you love the podcast, send me a note and just let me know. I just like to know you're listening. Let me know a topic that you want me to rant about. Let me know a topic you want to talk about. Let me know somebody you want me to have on the show. Secondly, go to iTunes. Give me a rating. This helps people find the podcast. The more 5-star ratings I have on iTunes, on YouTube, the more people find the show, the more people can listen, the more people we can disrupt, the more people we can inspire, and the more people we can transform. And then lastly, number 3, if you want more of this, if you want more of this kind of information, more of this kind of energy in your life, I've got a free Facebook group. It's called Wellness Lab Launchpad. All you have to do is go to Facebook, search Wellness Lab Launchpad, ask to join. We'll let you in immediately. It's an amazing group of amazing people. We're giving tips and tools and strategies that you can use to propel yourself to the life that you want to live. That's simple. Those three things, guys. Love you. Have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you super soon. All right, guys. Bye.